the issue of I need to answer those things very quickly. There's this thing where is the most humiliating, embarrassing, angry. It's something that makes my blood boil. Because I never thought people will accuse me of racism. So I answer to the PA people. I don't answer to the Twitter mob. I answer to the people of the Patriotic Alliance. Number one, in my entire life, I have never called anybody the K word. Never. Where's the victims? This is a political campaign driven by EFF together with some, they call them influencers on Twitter. Excuse me. Let them show me. You said to, you Gayton, said to point B, you said to that person, this person, you use the K word when referring to that person. They can't. They have gone back to, do you know they went back 11 years? Do you know how much money it is to have people investigate each and everything that you've done in your life? Now, this is a political campaign. So the first thing I want to say is, if there must be a victim, racism has a victim. Who's the victim? Who did I ever use the K word to? That's number one. That's the first thing they should prove. Alles mal. I've never. But I'm going to go deeper in tonight, Patriots. Number one, they can't say, there's a lady called Penny Sparrow, I think. She's in jail for using the K word against people. Can somebody tell me where's the K word that I used against who? That's number one. Number two, is there anybody in this world that can say, I've treated them, I've been racist with them? Anyone? I mean, is there anybody that can come out and say, all right, African people's experience with me? Is there any African that can come out and say their experience with me is racist, that I'm racist? No. And I'm going to prove to you stuff that I've done against racism. Now they bring out the tweet, which I'm going to post immediately after this. In this tweet, there's a person, let me just check the name. I have the name here and I've got a tweet here. There's a person here, I just want to get the correct name because people listen to these lives. All right, I found it. This person's account is called @Shakir_W. In 2011, this person tweeted, when we Coloureds say kaffa, it's the same as when we call other Coloureds bushies or Indians coolie, purely descriptive. I answered and I said bullshit. That's me saying bullshit. Now they going around, this is me saying bullshit, bullshit. They go around saying I'm the one that said those things. And the Twitter mob just leapt on that. Now, anybody that has been on Twitter, on X for a long time will know this is how X used to be. So this person makes this comment. I say, bullshit, because it's bullshit to even call people that. Now, how did I go from calling out somebody to being the person using those words? That's one. Two, Gandhi. I'm going to catch you this journalist. He even called me about it. We had a big debate about it many years. A good friend of mine, Moyo. He works for the state now. He was the editor of the... He even called me about it, and he had a big fight up with me about it. And he actually won the argument at the end because he said, why do you want to blame Gandhi for the wrong things he did? I'll get you the article he wrote about it, actually. Moyo then called me and he said to me, but you can't hold things against people. Gandhi might or might not have said that. Now, I then wrote, I said, verbatim, I quoted Gandhi, so you must Google on your own. Is it Gayton Mckenzie's words or is it Gandhi's words? At the end of the tweets where they say I used the word kafir, I quoted Gandhi and I said, Gandhi at the end. Now, all you need to do is you can Google my tweet and see on the internet, did Gandhi say those words according to the internet? Did Gandhi use the word kafir? Did Gandhi say those words? That's number two. I'm saying to you, Gandhi said those words, and if I just wrote those words without putting their Gandhi at the end, then I would have been guilty. So I'm giving you number two. Right. Number three, just hold on for me, please. I want to show you. There's a lady, I've met her. The lady she's a good lady. I know her. She once came to visit our clubs when we had clubs. This lady posts, she tweets, she will buy sex toys for her daughter that's 10 years old. I say, shouldn't you wait when she's maybe 15 or so? 10 sounds, They say, I was saying I'm going to do that for my daughters. Really? But what angers me is that every journalist worth his salt can just go look at it and say, no, this is not what he said. There's a man that I despise on Twitter. He's been attacking me forever. But his name is Gulam. Gulam is the only one that looked at this thing and says, but this is not what the minister said. I was so shocked that Gulam is the one now saying, but this is not what the minister said. Gulam is saying, no guys, let's not do EFF mustn't come with stories. That's not what the minister said. Now I want to know, so I'm getting back to, I just want to deal with the tweets. They say, I said that I think Nigerian women are ape-like and whatever. Yes. What is the context? There was a big Twitter, what we would call that time a Twitter war. Was us, and they said very bad things about South African women, and we were going up and down, up and down. That time I was not in politics. I was just a playboy that time, living my life, having too much money in a little sense. And I said, you mustn't say South African women. South African women are the most beautiful. They don't show you that part. I said, South African women are ugly. I said, your women look like apes. I didn't say that. Will I say that today? No. Should I have said it? I don't think no man should ever say a woman look like an ape. Am I proud of having said that? No, I'm not proud. You know, I'll tell you a story. Like, there's this thing, there was a time when they would undermine, where South African women are being undermined by these foreign guys. And that was a tweet, so I'm not proud that I did say that. That's my tweet. I think it's 2009. Thank you, Bakang, that's the word. Let me tell you, and there was something like trolls. I was one of them. A troll used to say something to get a reaction from people those years. These things existed, but nothing to do with racism. Right, now let me go further. I go with Bakang and Teddy to Nigeria. We're sitting by a house of a billionaire, about to have lunch with his two friends. They're also billionaires. Bakang and Teddy sitting there, and the next moment, we're just having nice conversations about life. They start talking about how South African women are so easy. South African women are this, as Bakang, then the whole part. I didn't care where I was. I lost it. I said, your women are this and this and this and this and this and this. So I'm telling that story so that you can understand that to come to 2009, 2010, 2011, and we were what you call touring, and you come and you bring it without context. When you want to bring what we said, you must say, what did we answer? Then the EFF brings out the tweet. And you know what? Sometimes I wouldn't say it today, but I said it then. This guy said, like, it's always important to get the background of a story. This guy says, yeah, I think people that, I'm taking you through everything that is out there. If he says people, all the people that put people at the back of, all the white people that put people at the back of the bucky, they're all racist and whatever. That, I said, hey, bruh, but some of the people really stink. And I did say that. And I wouldn't say that now, but I said it then. Am I proud? I'm not proud. But it's true. And you know it and I know it, that sometimes a person doesn't, you want to give a person a lift, but they're smelling. And I had to say that. Then they come for me where I said, if white people, if there's some white people that I would save, even before I save some black people. That's true. And there's some black people I'll save before I save some colored people. There's some colored people I'll save before I save some white people. If Charles, for instance, is an example I want to make. If Charles is in a fire and another black person that I don't know is also in that fire, I'm first going to save Charles because he's my brother. Am I racist for that? No. I look after my friends first. That is, I know Charles is my brother. I would want my friends, if I'm in a fire, to take me out first. That's what I said. Now, I'm coming to the racism issue because that's the issue. They went further and they said that Gayton was speaking about anal sex and whatever. Just surprised, I wrote one of the biggest best-selling books on relationships. Everything about relationships. The book's name is The Uncomfortable Truth. So when you write a book, you put lines that's in the book and you put it, and that's how we used to promote the books. They went further and they said that I said, I'm just trying to go through all the tweets that they said. They then went further. I want to answer. Charles says, you better save me, man, because I'm saving your ass over the white guy. Charles, don't make me laugh. I'm busy here. So That because then I want to come to the issue of, I want to just deal with everything tonight. Let me go back to Kenny. We used to have a businesses together with Kenny. And you must Google this that I'm telling you. Then we had a big fight. Because I was doing schools. I was going around schools to warn children about crime. And Kenny was investing his money. He was about to invest his money into, they still call it a blue movie. Blue movies. I don't know. They used to call porn movies blue movies. This thing was even in the paper. We had a massive fight with TP to say, he said, we're going to be the biggest blue movie company. I said, I can't do that. Imagine speaking to schools in the morning and the afternoon I'm coming for. And he's like, no, let's just, you give me my money, you buy me out here because I'm going to invest my money into this blue movie company. It's the future. Porn is the future. You don't understand, sex sells and whatever. He wasn't wrong, but I wasn't willing to do that. Not because I'm better. Because I just can't see myself owning that company. Now, Kenny was the biggest socialite you can ever find in this country. Kenny Kunene, you know, people don't know, you never see me in those sushi, the parties that he had. Those sushi parties was business for Kenny. It was content. It was content for him. It made him famous. It made him, he was paid millions by, remember production houses. This Kenny Kunene was living in one house. He had 9 women in one house, all his girls in one house. Politics was the furthest thing from our minds. Kenny Kunene, I want you to Google Kenny Kunene, how many women lived with Kenny Kunene in his mansion. I know, it's my friend and my brother. That time, you rich, stupid, and young. And Kenny Kunene had 9 women staying in one house with him, and they all knew about each other. They became friends. They went to party together. I kid you not. He was the biggest ever socialite. He would say the most outrageous things for likes. He said something about gay people, and now they want to make that an issue. Do you know that gay people voted Kenny? Gay people voted Kenny as one of the best people for them. They honored him at an award show. And Kenny went to go and get his award there because Kenny loves gay people. I want to talk about everything so that there's nothing that I'm leaving out. Now, that is the things we said. The first thing when I became a minister, they said I must delete my X account. Because there's things I said. I said, I always want to be authentic, eh? That is who I was that time. I'm not going to do that. I can even delete it right now as I'm speaking to you. But I don't want to do that. I must own up to who I was at that time. I was a playboy. Kenny was the biggest. Let me tell you, we walk in London one day. Kenny, we walked, there was an escalator. People went crazy. I'm like, Kenny Kunene. I'm like, Kenny, how does people know you? He says, because I've signed a big deal with this Griever. What is his name? This biggest producer in London. Griever. His show was called The Idiot Abroad. Charles, what's his name? The Idiot Abroad. Kenny used to do things, big things, make a lot of money. He fashioned himself as the Hugh Hefner of South Africa. He even started dressing like Hugh Hefner. Those gowns, he's got... and that's who Kenny was. Kenny threw the best parties in South Africa. The best parties. You know, people ask me about sushi parties, I wouldn't go and eat sushi of that. That doesn't make me better, but that wasn't my style. So, We would buy sports cars. We'll go crazy. Politics was the last thing on my mind. Yes, Carl Pilkington. And so Kenny would say we will say the most outrageous things because we are trolls on thing. But we never once said racist things. I cringe when I look at some of the things I used to say. I'm embarrassed. One day, I don't know what I said, and then one bishop said, "You guys are going to hell." And I said to the bishop, "Get fucked, bishop." Am I proud? I saw the tweet. I'm not proud. I look at some of these things and I'm like, did I really say this? What, racism? One, who is Gayton Mckenzie? Because now I hear I am a Zimbabwean. I hear there's another one somebody sent me today. Let me just check it quickly. I'll tell you now what it is. I even laughed about it on my own account. I can't remember. McKenna. My father changed his name to McKenna. My father did this. They say, hey, so I want to deal with this issue today. Who am I? I have only one name, like a dog. My name is Gayton Mckenzie. I was born in Polynomia Hospital in 1974 on the 10th of March. I live in Heidedal. I was born in Heidedal. I grew up in Heidedal. Our house was in front of the school. My teacher, my first teacher was Juffrou Ivy. Patriots said to me, Alberto and them said to me, the other day they were doing work as PA, and she came, Juffrou Ivy, God bless her. Ivy Stallenberg is her name. That was my first teacher, Mrs. Ivy Stallenberg. And the PA people told me that she came there. I think they recorded it, Sperto. You can post it. And she said, do you guys know, Gayton was in my class. And I think they sent me a video, but I think the people from Bloem, if you still have that video, please send it. I went to Olympia Primary School. My first principal was Mr. Monty van der Merwe. He then died. I don't know, was it suicide, I think, when I was standard 3. I can tell you all my teachers, Mevrouw Nijke. I can tell you the one passed on this weekend. My heart was so sore, Minister Vries. He passed on this weekend. I was supposed to have gone to his funeral, but I couldn't make it. Mr. Vries. And this was Olympia Primary School. At the age of, when I was finished with primary school, I went to Heatherdale Secondary School. Heatherdale was the school just opened. So we were the first students. We were the first students in that school. We were the first students in that school. And while we were at the school, and this is where it gets interesting, and I want to tell you, my cousin would come for me to teach him Afrikaans. And my cousin would come from the township and to teach him Afrikaans. But my cousin didn't have textbooks. So I said, why don't you have textbooks? And he said to me that black people don't get textbooks for free in the township schools. I said, what? I then, as young as I was, arranged a march. I still have the pictures of me with my Mandela t-shirt. I arranged a march with some leaders, and we marched the first time colored people in my area, we marched to the township in solidarity with the kids because we got free textbooks. We then said, we're not going to write exams. And I was leading that whole protest. Now the whole Hidedal is watching. Someone that's watching. Somebody can come out and say, you lie. I'm telling you, that's why I want to come out and be totally transparent. We have gone, we marched, the cops were looking for us, we were toy-toying. I remember we decided we're not going to write exams. And there's children, people that was with me in one class. And we said we're not going to write exams. And I woke up one day, and my friend Dorian Campbell, I couldn't get hold of her. And Dorian is busy, they're busy writing exams, Dorian Campbell and them. Dorian is probably on this life. You know what I did? I then took this water thing. And I went and I sprayed with my friends. We sprayed water on the exam papers. Because we said we must stay in solidarity with the black people in the township. And I got the attention of leaders in the ANC then, and I would attend meetings. Now let me stop there and come to my main point of who I am. My father, I've never met my grandparents. Never met them. I had one died 2 days after. 2 days after I was born, on the 12th of March, he died. My father, I couldn't understand my father, his sister, why are they so white-skinned? And they said, and I was told no. And I had like China eyes with blue eyes, my eyes changed color. And I couldn't understand, why do I sometimes have blue eyes? What's wrong with my eyes? Why is my eyes like a China? And my father said to me, because your grandmother is Irish and your grandfather is Japanese. I'm like, huh? Do you have pictures? And he says, I have pictures. I still have those pictures today. My mother is a black Sotho woman. Now, I have never loved anybody until my kids arrived more than my mother. Never. I have never loved anybody more than my mother until my kids arrived. My mother is a black Sotho woman. 100% Sotho. My grandpa on her side is Sotho. My family on that side is Sotho. That's why I am fluent. Ke tseba bua Sesotho. Ke bua hantle. Ha ona ntseba ka Sesotho. Ntho ka buang ka Sesotho nka o mamela nka o jwetsa hore wa ntseba. Ke bua Sotho se paqameng. Ke tseba Sotho se paqameng. Ke bua from the home, hailale. Ke tseba bua Sotho hantle. My mom taught me. My family, my black family, African family taught me. On my father's side, we were speaking Afrikaans. I wrote my matric paper in Afrikaans. Now, Peter, can I just say something? A lot of EFF people are on this life. It's deliberate. Ignore them. I'm talking to you. I could have gone and have a press conference. I could have gone and done this. All I'm going to do is release a statement tonight. But I wanted to speak to you because you're always defending me. So you must know who I am. I know you believe me. But I have to tell you, who am I? My teacher in Standard 5 was here from Niva. She's a PA member and her husband is a leader in the PA. Hoodrich Taylor. That's the Standard 5 teacher. That woman used to give me food and used to make us watch movies at the house, and she and her husband, Hoodrich Taylor, you're from Neva Taylor. My primary teacher, Juffrou Emma, the mother of Geralda, used to bring sandwiches for me, and I would be the first one in the soup kitchen line. She would work with the soup kitchen and I'll be there. And she would always give me extra. Her daughter, I just saw a daughter on this life now. So why did I tell you all this long story now? To tell you the Zimbabwe thing. The Zimbabwe thing. My first time in Zimbabwe was when Kim, me, her mother, her father went to Zimbabwe in 1996. We went on holiday at Vic Falls at a place called, because Kim wanted to bungee jump so badly. I'm like, and that was the only place I think she wanted to bungee jump from. And Kim wanted to bungee jump. And she said that's her dream. And I was vrek verliefd. And she said, let's go to Zimbabwe. We stayed at a hotel called Elephant's Hill. I remember that's when I saw absolute poverty. And my first time in Zimbabwe was 1996. Sorry, not 1996, 2006. 2006, we were in Zimbabwe for the first time at Victoria Falls at a place called Elephant Hills. That's my first time I went to Zim. That was my first time. Today, when I saw that, I said, I'm going to invest in Zimbabwe. Such a poor country can only make you rich. Excuse me? I then invested in Zimbabwe. I started at a place, that family called, I'll have somebody remember, they had a gold mine. The gold mine name was Hope. I put money in that mine and I made money with them. Gold mine. I then went into chrome and all those type of stuff. I had invested in mines throughout the continent. Now, why is it important I tell you these things? Because I'm coming to that. So my dad used to tell me, he made me believe I'm Irish. He would say, we Irish, we Japanese. My dad would tell me stories. They're busy blocking all those people, don't worry. My dad would tell me stories. From my mom's side, weekends I will be with my cousins in the township. So I always saw myself as black. Growing up, staying in Hidedal, talking Afrikaans, going to Afrikaans school. My sister Sutu was very bad. She didn't know Sutu like me because she was always sitting in the house. Sutu was always suspect. Even today, I think. Yeah. My uncle, I was with him last night at the football. Green eyes, white as the night. My father's younger brother, Palala. My auntie, Umagogo, looks like a white woman, as Donique. So, as a child, I grew up, and this is where it gets interesting, because the reason why I'm explaining that is because race is something that I've learned this week, South Africans don't understand. Now, for me to be using the K word and to be racist, are you saying that I hate my mother? Are you saying I hate, I'm even getting emotional. Are you saying I hate Marang because I'm a godfather to Marang? Are you saying that I hate my godchild? Are you saying I hate Kenny Kunene? Are you saying that I'm black, I'm colored, I'm mixed? I never knew who I was. I speak Tswana, I speak Sotho, I speak Afrikaans, I speak English, I speak a little bit of Sepedi. I grew up. One day my father said, "You're not black. Stop saying you're black. You're not black. You're not black." My dad would say to me, "I'm not black. You colored." When I'm with my dad, I'll be colored. When I'm with my mom, and my mom will say, we are from chiefs. You have royal blood in you. We are from chiefs. Your father was a chief. She told me a story of her family, the Silibalos, that helped the king of Lesotho to win the war. I grew up with all these rich stories of who I am. I spoke Afrikaans all my life. Afrikaans is my first language. Sesotho is my mother's language. I grew up with a white culture, what my father instilled in me. Charles said something. We were at the... Charles, where were we where you said, "Oh my word, gee, I saw you." Charles, you can text here. We were somewhere, we were lots of Afrikaner guys, and we were like, "Gee, you fit in so nicely." I said, "Because I grew up with the culture of Boet and Sarki." Now, for some of you who don't understand, why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you all of this so you can understand I'm not a Zimbabwean. I'm telling you all of this to tell you that who my primary teachers were, who my high school teachers were. I'm telling you all of that to tell you which hospital I was born at. Now, you believe me, I know, but I want to kill this thing once and for all. I don't know how to speak Shona. I don't know any language how to speak Shona. I grew up with that contradiction. Now, let me go to the most important one. The mistake many Africans make, and the mistake many Coloureds make, is the following. I want to first start with the K word. Now, being a Colored is extremely, extremely complex. We sometimes, you don't understand, you've got a Dutch old, I've got pictures of my grandmother. I've got pictures of my grandfather. I've got pictures of my mother. Like, I love my mom, so it hurts me when people say I'm racist. If my mother is black, I'm black. I am black. I'm coming from a black woman. I come from a mixed race father. When I'm with my father, I am whatever he decides that day I'm going to be. When I'm with my mother, she's like, "Don't forget, don't tell your father, you are not." Now, I could never understand why my eyes and all those things I was wanting answers. So let me explain the K word. A lot of Africans, black Africans, claim the K word as an insult to them. No, don't claim the K word. And I'll tell you why you mustn't claim the K word. The contradictions of colored life. You go, and here's all the witnesses, you go to any colored area. Colored people, it's when you are dark like Umbiza and myself, if you are dark colored, I see some of you make jokes about us. When you are dark colored, there comes a lot of contradictions with that. In some of every colored area has a dark colored with the name Kafachi. It's true. It's wrong, but it is there. Kafachi. And nobody sees something wrong with calling somebody Kafachi on his name, on that name, because he's dark skinned. I'm sure you guys on the live, you have somebody in that. You would, like for instance, Natasha, like Tasha and Donik and them, they light skinned cousins. I'm the dark skinned cousin. And our grandparents, they were still alive will give Natasha maybe extra money or Donique because they light-skinned. We black-skinned were treated differently sometimes. Growing up as a black-skinned colored, you also have racism from your fellow coloreds. We had racism from our lesser. We had racism from, it's true, I'm from the dusty streets of Heidelberg. We had racism in, sometimes you will be hearing at school, "Han, it's your cover," from a fellow colored. And you know that to be true. That's the contradictions of colored life. When you're dark-skinned colored, you will experience that word more from your fellow colored sometimes than what black people would experience from white people, because there's racist white people also, but they don't go to the township and call people the K word. But we lived where the K word was used by us. Colored people, truly, I'm telling you, there's some colored people that use the K word as a form of endearment. Come me kafachi. No, for real. It's the biggest, I could never understand that. And they wouldn't get angry. I mean, like last week we went to go see Donna. She injured the leg of the PA, Donita Stevens. So I went to surprise her with a visit. So as we come out of, so I've got a white driver, Afrikaner driver. And as I come out there and this guy comes up the street like, Minister, it's me, Kafachi. And the white driver nearly died like, huh? And the colored ones were like, hey, Kafachi, how are you? Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's right. I'm showing the contradictions of colored life. We used to have more racism as a dark-skinned colored from fellow coloreds and family. You'll be sent out at night, and the light-skinned one must told, no, you stay, it's dangerous outside. Katie, had ko brood. This is your family. Sending you for brood, for bread. While same age group, light-skinned one, would stay there. Now, I'm trying to show you the contradictions. When you make somebody angry at school and she cries, and you know, colored life is complicated. When you have hair, like my children's mom, they call her coolie mate in the color, coolie mate. Most colors, Kim's name was coolie mate. And they would call her coolie mate. When you look like an Indian in the color community, like, hey, come here, coolie mate. And when you are white-skinned, light-skinned, they'll call you boera. Every community has a boera. Boera. When you Indian, like, they call you coolie mate. Hey, coolie mate, which is the term derogatory. Hulle is besig met die goedes. Now, I never saw myself as anything else than black. I saw myself as black. And I'll show you when I tweeted as black. So when I say black people will never own anything, I talk about ourselves. In the colored community, if you don't have hair, nice hair is a big thing. If your hair is straight, they call you coolie and whatever. And Our people have many contradictions. Now, let me move on. What a lot of my African black friends don't understand. You say colors don't be black. We are black in terms of the Constitution. We are black according to the Constitution. But we can't be African if you colored. No colored can be called African, but black Africans exist. If you are African, if you are black, I know it's difficult to understand. Any person that's not a colored and that is not white and you are black, you are African according to the laws of South Africa. No colored must be deemed according to the laws of South Africa as African. No colored. So we can never be one with you, even if we want to, because it's legislated that we can't be Africans as Coloureds. We are black. Indians are black, Coloureds are black, but they're not African. Now why is that significant? Because the opportunities first go to the Africans before it comes to the blacks, legislatively. Now, even if you want to be one, which we do want us to be one, it's called the national question, which has not been dealt with. You know, you look at it's very rare at some of the color schools sometimes those years, it's always the long hair girls and the Clara, they the hoofsien and hoofmeisie, and those are the contradictions of growing up. We've moved on. But we also as a colored community had to find healing. I fired one of the hardest working people that helped me build this PA then. And I wish she can come back because people need to. She just got angry and she left. But I would relate it from Ekurhuleni because she used the K word. The SG fired the pastor that used the K word. Now, how do I fire people for something I do myself? I'll give you the reasons of why this is happening. Now, if you want to get to me, accuse me of everything, not racism. I'm black. I'm colored. I'm everything. I'm mixed. That's who I am. I speak all those languages. I speak the language of the white man, the colored man. I speak the language of the black African man. Now, don't come with me with lies. And people are jumping on the bandwagon, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist. You are a victim of a orchestrated campaign. Imagine, think back, you know how deep they had to go to come to 2011. And then EFF, Mashaba, he's got problems in his own party. People are leaving, joining us, joining everyone. In this country, the first opportunities goes to Africans before it comes to us. They must first eat, then we eat. That's the law. If a black child and a colored child and a white child go and look for a job, the black child is going to get preference, then the colored child, and then the white child. Now, I must tell you why there's a campaign against me and what happens. So in this country, people are scared to say it and they're scared to stand up. I was a member of the African National Congress. And I always saw myself as one. I was never part of the DA or any party for that matter than the ANC. And when I realized the national question is not being addressed, because colored and black people are the same. They fought the same struggle. I always tell you, when they jailed Walter Sisulu, they jailed Neville Alexander. When the police killed Steve Biko, they killed Ashley Creel. When they killed Andrew Zondo, they killed Alton French. When they imprisoned Mandela, they also imprisoned Harry the Strandloper. When they hanged Solomon Mahlangu, they also hanged Rivers. When they had June 16, we had the Etlun massacre. That's our story. It is intertwined, it is together with black people. But when the opportunities came, colored people were put one side, and that is where the fight starts. The fight started there. Where colored people, I don't think well-meaning African people understand the story of colored people, and I'm going to use the next 4 minutes to tell you the story of colored people. Every day, 15 colored people die. More than people that dies in Ramallah, in Palestine. But we've never seen solidarity for the colored people from our leaders. But every day we saw them wearing scarves, flags. They never had moments of silences for our children that die. 3 weeks ago, one weekend, 23 people died. There was not one moment of silence. There was no flag. This fight, gangster fights, has been going on for the past decades. Nobody does nothing about it. I am the one, when there was in Menenberg in 2013, when 83 people died over the period. Every day was 5, 6 dying in Menenberg. I took the leaders of the Americans and the HLs, the hard-living kids. I made peace there together with my team and Chanel's father and all those people. We made peace. In Worcester, when the people children couldn't go to school, Gayton Mckenzie went there with his team. Last year, when there were, which place was it? We went to go make peace between the gangsters. And I want to prove that I want you to know that the guns that kill colored people all come from the police force. And that will be what I'm going to take to the commission. How come for 3 decades the police guns are killing people and nobody really, they've only had 2 arrests, I think. Vieri and those people, when they were investigating colored policemen, when they cracked this case of who gives the guns, you know what happened? They were removed. Colonel Kunene was shot dead in front of his house because he was also making inroads. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that colored people is nothing in South Africa. And that's the truth. They didn't have a political home. They first voted for the ANC. Then the ANC didn't treat them well. They then went for the DA. And then the DA didn't treat them well. But they were stuck. Gayton Mckenzie comes up with Kenny Kunene and Charles Salier. We start the Patriotic Alliance, which instantly as being branded a gangster party, this. Long story short, we start getting 4 seats, 5 seats in the one in Joburg, one in Ekurhuleni, one in Cape Town, one in Nelson Mandela Bay, and one in the Free State somewhere. That's 2016. We still build this party. 2021, we get like 90 seats. 2024, we get 9 seats in Parliament. Now, we are a threat. Because for the first time, there's colored people together with black people stand up. Now let me show you when they say I'm a racist, what I did. I saw when we were sworn in Parliament that we have no black person there. We have no white person there. I removed a colored to make space for a black. I removed another colored to make space for a white because I want all races to be represented. In the city of Cape Town, I looked at the councillors and I saw there's no black councillor. I then put a councillor. That councillor then wasn't performing. I then replaced that councillor with Bongi, another black councillor in the city of Cape Town. I put Beauty. Beauty was not supposed to be a MMC. I said, no, we're taking out the colored, we put a black. And we put Beauty Charlie in as the MMC then. City of Joburg, I realized that so many people in PA, colored people, I removed 2 coloreds, 1 colored. And I put, no, 2. It was Renee I removed and Theo. And we have 2 black people there. And I did it deliberately. When we had to put a MMC, a MEC in Gauteng, I put a white guy there. Because representation matters to me. I was a racist when I grew up because I was like, why? My dad says we also part white, but why don't we live like white people? So you are a threat to them because the election is around the corner. So anybody they can say, you say to this person, the K word, and whatever, I've explained that to you now. Come with me, I'm black, I'm colored, I'm mixed race. If I go to sit in, like yesterday, this morning, I was having breakfast at a quick meeting this morning in Bloem at stadium. It was 2 black people. We were talking so today, the whole meeting. When I wanted to make, Gaba was the first African mayor of the PA. This just reminded me. How is this the actions of a man? They say, oh, he hates gay people. Gay people, me. Me. I'm not even going to defend that one because PA people know how I feel. So I want to just say to everybody here, what you see happening here now It's them being scared of 2026. But we are supposed to just be short. We're supposed to say nothing. We're supposed to not get opportunities. We're supposed to be happy with the fact that our children's CVs get thrown in the bin. You know why I respect Panyaza? I'll tell you a story. I respect him. I went to the funeral of a guy I grew up with, and I haven't seen him for 20 years. And I went, and he became a PA member in Ekurhuleni. Somebody can just think. I went to his funeral, and he was training the traffic wardens, the Amapanyazas. My blood was boiling when I was sitting there, because all the Amapanyazas was there in the beautiful uniform. I'm talking about like 400 of them. And every 3 minutes, they come and cover the coffin. They stand around the coffin for 3 minutes or 2 minutes, then they leave, and others come. So I'm sitting in front of the coffin, and I don't see one colored. And I went haywire in my speech. People were there. I went, I said, this. Panyaza called me, says, you are right. We will fix this. And he did fix it. Pastor Marcus and them, Paul Jacobs and them, Pastor Paul Jacobs and them, they were helping people fill in forms, colored people. So as a minister, people thought I'm going to fail. So there's a concerted effort to get me out. Will you succeed? I don't know. But I'm just grateful for the opportunity that I've been given to be a minister. Whatever happens to me, I'm going to go and work the ground for the PA after this. But you see, I want to tell all of you, and you know it, you can deny it, you can do everything. The reason why you're all coming for me is because I stood up against racism, against colored people. Where they said colored people are having relationship with their children, their sisters, and their cousins. When you said colored people are crazy. And I don't believe in cancel culture. I believe in restorative justice. I believe in consequence culture. I can never destroy those kids. It was never the intention. But I want to make sure, because if I don't show those kids the error of their ways, I'll be destroying them. But colored people were supposed to say nothing. Yes, yes, we are incestuous. Yes, yes, we are crazy. That date is over. That time is over. I respect the president of the country so much. And I will never, ever have anything bad to say about him, because I've seen the hard work that he puts in. But unfortunately for some of you, I'm really not desperate for the job. I've had my own protectors. They're still getting paid, although they're not protecting me. I've got cars, I can drive myself. These things are not phasing me of having a driver. I've had those things. Everybody knows that. I took this job because I want to deliver a service. So this campaign to get me out with stories and lies that I'm a racist, it's your thing to make me look bad, because the Pandit one doesn't work anymore. We win by-elections. Where's you calling us Pandita? All of you, Mashaba, your party is going down. I saw a copy of the poll that you have that puts you at under 3%. Where does it put the PA? Now you want to come and find relevance with me, a man I had so much respect for. You could pick up the phone and ask me, is this true? But you can play to the gallery. That's okay. I work hard for the people of South Africa. I work day and night for the people of South Africa. I make sure that this portfolio shines, because I've been given opportunity by President Ramaphosa that the last thing I wanted to do was to humiliate him and let him answer things on my behalf. So you don't know if for some reason I'm going to the ground and I'm no longer minister. You don't know what's coming. So Yella Baiza. Now let me tell you something loud and clear. That time when colored people are second-class citizens is over. It's over. That time when colored people's children's CVs are being thrown in the bin is over. That time when colored people are being told they're not white enough or black enough is over. We don't want to be treated better than black people because they are our brothers and sisters. We want to be treated equally. But ons, ek baisa nie vir julle nie. Don't come with lies. A well-oiled machine. But I've got something, I saw people's comments, saw what they say, Patterslang. People are saying, you know, when you come with me with racism, are you listening to yourself? Me? Where's the proof? Go check, did Gandhi say those things I wrote there? Gandhi said it. Go check, did I tweet as a black person? I did see myself as black when I was in the ANC. This is only then when I realized how colored people are being treated. And I'm going to post 2 posts now. One to prove to you the lies immediately after his life, and one where I tweeted as a black person. So everything after that is black. I can't say every post I'm black because in the ANC, I didn't see difference between colored and black. We saw us as black people, all of us. But when I realized that the people I grew up with, one half of them is treated better and the other half is not being treated better. I have to, because I am part of both. I see it as my role to bring both of them together. And that's what I'm trying to do with the PA. Go and see every board that we have appointed in DSEC. You can see there's an Indian, there's a colored, there's a white. That is who I am. So Mashaba is now jumping on, trying to be relevant also as a Gayton name because he sees the Gayton Mckenzie name sells newspapers. It's Gayton, yeah, it's Mashaba, it's Malema. Malema can't have a press conference without speaking about us. Doesn't speak policies. He speaks gossip about Gayton. It's like he speaks about Gayton gossip. I don't know why have I become so important that people sell newspapers with my name. And those ones on Twitter, they think Twitter is everything. Twitter is not a ballot box. Now you come and say I'm racist and all those things. How can I have children with a black woman? Guys, imagine the Patriotic Alliance maak julle bang. And you must be scared. We took from the ANC in Sutherland. We took from the DA in Mossel Bay. The PA is the only party in the city of Joburg, other than the ANC and the DA, that is won an award. Not even Mashaba could win an award. PA is the only party in the city of Cape Town, outside the ANC and the DA, that won an award, Kensington. PA is the only party in Drakenstein, outside the ANC and the DA, that won an award. You have reason to be scared. Ons paisani. Ons paisani. Ons is van die PA. We are coming for 2026. We are contesting 4,400 wards. And the majority of the wards that we are going to contest in is considered black wards. Is that the actions of a racist party with a racist leader? You see, the whole world can turn against me. I'm used to that. But not Patriotic Alliance members. That's why I came here today to tell you, the media is full here, they can write whatever part they want to write. But the good journalists will say, let me go look at those tweets. Yes, there's things that we all said that we're not proud of. I'm not proud of some of the things I said. But don't come here and give me selective tweets. Some of the tweets is not even mine that I see now floating around. People are now making AI tweets and just say it's me. I'm not on my watch. I am going to fight for all people. But you're never going to make colored people the fools that you've been making them all along. You've become too comfortable to be oppressed as a colored person. You've become too comfortable to be seen as a second-class citizen. That is over. Is klaar. Uphelile. Ufedile. Is klaar. It's over. We are one nation under God. We take our rightful place. And as I said, now you have children, you look at some of the things you used to say, I want to apologize for that, but I can't apologize for racism that I've never been guilty of. Come with the substance, don't come. All those things I want Liam and these people that likes to research. Go see the things they say I tweeted. Did I tweet or did Gandhi say that? Oh, here's the last one I forgot. I despise the term black diamonds. Don't call me a black diamond. You're basically saying I'm better than other black people. I hate that. I tweeted to say, you are actually saying I'm a better K. I've never seen myself as a colored when I was in the ANC. Because I never saw myself as black. I saw myself as both. Because colored and black was ANC history. Same struggle, same people. So you can write all the nonsense you want to write. I'm just happy for one thing. They've reported me to the Human Rights Commission. They've reported me to the Ethics Committee. Now people can investigate. So I've decided I'm not going to resign. You guys are calling for me to resign. I'm not going to resign. I've got work to do for South Africa. I must unite the races. And they very strategic. They know social cohesion is part of our job. And you can't really do the job if you yourself are racist. So I know why am I being fought. Because for the first time, we are finding our way. And I lead that. So I'm saying to you that if you've never said anything or written anything that you're not proud of in your life, may God bless you, continue to bless you. But some of us said things that we're now older, you look back, you're like, did I really say that? Yo, I shouldn't have. That wasn't cool. But racism, never. Accuse me of having been an asshole. I'll plead guilty to that. Accuse me of being insensitive at times. I will on social media. But don't come with racism. Asshole, I'll plead guilty. Insensitive to people's feelings, I'll plead guilty. Stupid, I'll plead guilty. But never racist. I can't be. Against who? Only white people can maybe say, you've been racist. Then they would have a case against me. But how do I be racist against my own? I can't be. So, you don't know the color story and what we go through in our lives. So I don't want to be arrogant, but I want to say this today. You must know when you see a campaign against people. This is a campaign, but now we are going to work. So the investigation is done. So the investigation has been, the charge has been lodged. Let the investigation begin. But they don't want the investigation. They wanted to do a quick job with me. They don't want, now imagine a man removing colored people so that black people can come into city of Cape Town, into city of Joburg, into parliament. I did that as the leader of this party. I said, I'm not going to lead a party of only colored people. Never. I brought Lorato Matupa in. I brought Bongi in Cape Town. I took so many beauty in them. They want us out of the GNU so that they can come in. So Mashaba and Malema was had Zana by the ballot box. Was had meet by the ballot box. 2026, you look at Gayton. If God calls me home today, this party will still show you flames at the ballot box. So you're trying to distract me. I'm going to just continue with my work, but I'm going to have to post those 2 posts so you can see everything I've said. But they would not accept that because they want blood, but they're not going to get my blood. Imagine my godchild is black, my mom is black, my cousins are black, half my family is black, I'm half black, and you say I'm a racist. You're really mal mense, man. My kids was a black woman. What are they? I don't even know. The contradictions in color. You know, you look at us, we got China eyes. You get somebody that's black, black, black. Because have you seen how nice Mbisa have? How nice Mbisa is? That is black. How some white colors have the worst hair. How me, look at me dark, but I've got blue eyes. I don't wear contact lenses. I don't wear contact lenses. So how can I be racist if against myself, against black people if I'm black? So I tried, is there anything here, I'm still going to stay on this live for 5 minutes. Is there anything that you wanted me explained? That not. So just know in silly season of the elections, silly season of, and guys, let me tell you something. They say, yeah, I love the blue lights. Yeah. And I want to thank everybody that sent messages, that's praying for me, because I need prayer. People are just silly out here. Election season is upon us. So if there's anything that you think I have not addressed, please tell me now. Please tell me now. So that I can be transparent with you. Look at Petra Pillay says, my name is white, my surname is Indian, but I'm a colored goose. That's who we are. So, context is everything, you know. There was this Twitter wars happening. Twice. They used to call it twice. People will say stuff and you say stuff and they say stuff and you say stuff. Now, if you just come with one thing there and you don't come with the whole context. So the reason why it took so long tonight, I'm so sorry, an hour and a half of your time. I wanted you guys to know you have the true story. I'm going to post those 2 tweets just to show you I tweeted as a black person. So when I speak about black person, as black people, I speak as myself. And I want to show you where somebody says the K word and I say bullshit. I'm the one saying bullshit and that person's name says that tweet. That's all that you need to know that this is a campaign. And the rest I've explained. I'm just being fought because I went after those black kids. And I never wanted to cancel them. I don't believe in cancel culture. I believe in consequence culture. So, at Baizani, whatever happens, happens. If I have to come to the ground, I will be there. With Baiza Mosiman. We know where we're going to. Salute. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Check my 2 tweets. Cool. My 2 postings here. I'm going to post here on Facebook. Thank you.
Life of an artist, batsho xa besipayisisa, glorifying drugs as a stage fright cure. You can try this just when you're about to grab your chance of staging. Excitement, you can't think out this industry, or should I say this killer dream, cause you will swear that from the start it was designed to kill artists. Bangakulwela when days are bright, unguthembekile. As a human being on Instagram, unguxakekile. Too much pressure, unrealistic expectations. Whoever said that is the perfect ilizwi lahlekisile. Is with us, wethembekile. Singiza wethembekile. Remedies within us, ezikrwempa sibhebhekile.